We are reading Bhagwat Geeta as it is by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedant Swami Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We are starting with chapter 11. The Universal Form. Chapter 11. Text 1. Arjun said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Let's read the purport. This chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes. He is even the cause of the Mahavishnu, from whom the material universes emanate. Krishna is not an incarnation, he is the source of all incarnations. That has been completely explained in the last chapter. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. Arjun is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. So, in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Actually, when one sees the universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened, like Arjun. But Krishna is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again into his original form. Arjun agrees to what Krishna has several times said. Krishna is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjun acknowledges that all this is happening to me by Krishna's grace. He is now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as Super Soul. Yeah. Let's move to text 2. O lotus eyed one, I've heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. Let's read the purport. Arjun addresses Lord Krishna as lotus eyed. Krishna's eyes appear just like the petals of lotus flower. Out of his joy, for Krishna has assured him in a previous chapter, Aham krat- kritsnesya jagata prabhavaha prabhavaha pralayas tataha. I am the source of the appearance and disappearance of this entire material manifestation. Arjun has heard of this from the Lord in detail. Arjun further knows that in spite of his being the source of all appearances and disappearances, he is aloof from them. As the Lord has said in the 9th chapter, he is all pervading, yet he is not personally present everywhere. That is the inconceivable opulence of Krishna, which Arjun admits that he has thoroughly understood. Let's move to text 3. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So now is excited to see the universal form of Krishna, the way he enters the cosmic. So cosmic contains material and spiritual both. So he wants to see the top one. Let's read the purport. The Lord said that because he entered into the material universe by his personal representation, the cosmic manifestation has been made possible and is going on. Now, as far as Arjun is concerned, he is inspired by the statement of Krishna. But in order to convince others in the future who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person, Arjun desires to see him actually in his universal form, to see how he is acting from within the universe, although he is apart from it. Arjun's addressing the Lord as Purushottam is also significant. Since the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is present within Arjun himself. Therefore, he knows the desire of Arjun and he can understand that Arjun has no special desire to see him, no special desire to see him in his universal form. For Arjun is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form of Krishna. But the Lord can understand also that Arjun wants to see the universal form to convince others. Arjun did not have any personal desire for confirmation. Krishna also understands that Arjun wants to see the universal form to set a criterion for in the future there would be so many impostors who would pose themselves as incarnation of God. The people therefore should be careful. One who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to be the people, to the people. Yes. Text 4. If you think I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Yes. Let's read the purport. It is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, or perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses. But if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. So, in those days, the human body was so advanced that like they could see through. Like I can see through this wall, the pipe, and ahead of that, like they had such penetrating eyes. And of course, over the years, this has reduced to just seeing so much. So imagine if you want to see today, even when we can't even look at the sun, like in those days, people were able to look at the sun properly, but we can't even look at the sun. So we don't have our senses, our faculties are not so advanced that we can, see. That's what he's explaining. Every living entity is only a spiritual spark. Therefore, it is not possible to see or to understand the Supreme Lord. Arjun, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength. Rather, he admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. Arjun could understand that for a living entity it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. The word Yogeshwara is also very significant here because the Lord has inconceivable power. If he if he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Therefore, Arjun pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. He does not give Krishna orders. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness and engages in devotional service. Thus, it is not possible for persons who depend on the strength of their mental speculations to see Krishna. Yes. Let's move to text 5. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjun, now the God is telling, My dear Arjun, O son of Pratha, see now my opulences. hundreds of thousands of very divine and multicolored forms. So he shows. Let's read the purport. Arjun wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which, although a transcendental form, is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature. As the material nature is manifested and not manifested, it's manifested and not manifested. Similarly, this universal form of Krishna is manifested and non manifested. It is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other forms. Yes, as far as a devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form, but because Arjun wanted to see Krishna in this way, Krishna reveals this form. This universal form is not possible to be seen by any ordinary man. Krishna must give one the power to see it. Yes. Let's move to text 6. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vashus, Rudras, Ashwini, Kumaras, and all other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before. Let's read the purport. Even though Arjun was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of learned men, it was still not possible for him to know everything about Krishna. Here it is stated that humans have neither heard nor known of all these forms and manifestations. Now Krishna reveals these wonderful forms. Yes. Let's move to text 7. O Arjun, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non moving, is here completely in one place. How lucky is Arjun? You know, let's read the purport. No one can see the entire universe while sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientists cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe. But a devotee like Arjun can see everything that exists in any part of the universe. Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjun is able to see everything. Yes. Let's move to text 8. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Yeah, so he's telling, get ready. I'll give you divine eyes so that you can see me. Let's read the purport. A pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. Yeah. A devotee must see his universal form by his grace, not with the mind, but with spiritual eyes. To see the universal form of Krishna, Arjuna is told not to change his mind, but his vision. The universal form of Krishna is not very important. That will be clear in subsequent verses. Yet, because Arjun wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. Devotees who are correctly situated in a transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving features, not by a godless display of opulences. Yes. The playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna, and the parents of Krishna never want Krishna to show his opulences. They are so immersed in pure love that they do not even know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In their loving exchange, they forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the boys who play with Krishna are all highly pious souls, and after many, many births, they are able to play with Krishna. Wow. Such boys do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They take him as a personal friend. Therefore, Shukadev Goswami recites this verse. I'll read in English. Here is a supreme person who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages, the supreme personality of Godhead by devotees, and a product of material nature by ordinary men. Now, these boys who have performed many pious activities in their past lives are playing with that supreme personality of Godhead. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.12.11. The fact is that the devotee is not concerned with seeing the Vishwaroop, the universal form, but Arjun wanted to see it to substantiate Krishna's statements so that in the future people could understand that Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as the supreme, but actually presented himself as such to Arjun. Arjun must confirm this because Arjun is the beginning of the parampara system. Those who are actually interested in understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna and who follow in the footsteps of Arjun should understand that Krishna not only theoretically presented himself as the Supreme, but also revealed himself as the Supreme. Yes. The Lord gave Arjun the necessary power to see his universal form because he knew that Arjun did not particularly want to see it as we have already explained. Yes. Text 9, 10, and 11, all three together. Sanjay said, now Sanjay is saying, now that Krishna has revealed his supreme, and Sanjay was looking, you remember Sanjay in the starting. Now Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjun. So from there, from his spiritual eyes, he is able to see that Krishna has shown his universal form to Arjun at that very moment. And he's telling this to the king. Text 10 and 11. Arjun saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine unraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments and many divine scents which were smeared over his body. All was all was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. Let's read the purport. In these two verses, the repeated use of the word many indicates that there was no limit to the number of hands, mouths, legs, and other manifestations Arjun was seeing. These manifestations were distributed throughout the universe, but by the grace of Lord Arjun could see them while sitting in one place. That was due to the inconceivable potency of Krishna. Move to text 12. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Wow. Let's read the purport. What Arjun saw was indescribable. Yet Sanjay is trying to give a mental picture of that great revelation to Dashratha. Neither Sanjay nor Dashrath was present, but Sanjay, by the grace of Vyas, could see whatever happened. As he now compares the situation as far as it can be understood to an unimaginable phenomenon, that is, thousands of suns. Let's move to text 13. At that time, Arjun could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many thousands. Wow. Let's read the purport. The word tatra, that is there, is very significant. It indicates that both Arjun and Krishna were sitting on the chariot when Arjun saw the universal form. Others on the battlefield could not see this form because Krishna gave the vision only to Arjun. Arjun could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. As we learn from Vedic scriptures, there are many universes and many planets. Some of them are made of earth, some are made of gold, some are made of jewels, some are very great, some are not so great, etc. Sitting on his chariot, Arjun could see all these, but no one could understand what was going on between Arjun and Krishna. Let's move to text 14. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjun bowed his head to offer obeisance and, with folded hands, began to pray to the Supreme Lord. Let's read the purport. Once the divine vision is revealed, the relationship between Krishna and Arjun changes immediately. Before, Krishna and Arjun had a relationship based on friendship. But here, after the revelation, Arjun is offering obeisance and with great respect, and with folded hands, he is praying to Krishna. He is praising the universal form. Thus, Arjun's relationship becomes one of the wonder rather than friendship. Really. Great devotees see Krishna as the reservoir of all relationships. In the scriptures, there are 12 basic kinds of relationship mentioned, and all of them are present in Krishna. It is said that he is the ocean of all the relationships exchanged between two living entities, between the gods or between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Here Arjun was inspired by the relationship of wonder, and in that wonder, although he was by nature very sober, calm, and quiet, he became ecstatic. His hair stood up, and he began to offer his obeisances unto the Supreme Lord with folded hands. He was not, of course, afraid. He was affected by the wonders of the Supreme Lord. The immediate context is wonder. His natural loving friendship was overwhelmed by wonder, and thus he reacted in this way. And let's move to text 15. Arjun said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiv and all the sages and divine servants. Let's read the purport. Arjun sees everything in the universe. Therefore, he sees Brahma, who is the first creature in the universe, and the celestial serpent upon which the Garbhodakshyayi Vishnu lies in the lower regions of the universe. This snake bed is called Vasuki. There are also other snakes known as Vasuki. Arjun can see from the Garbhodak Garbhodakashyayi Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe on the lotus flower planet where Brahma, the first creature of universe, resides. That means that from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjun, who was sitting in one place on his chariot. This was possible by the grace of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Yes. Let's move to text 16. I'm just trying to imagine how this must have happened, on earth and how it must be. It is so exceptional. Okay, let's move to text 16. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see your body, many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Let's read the purport. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen. Text 17 and 18 and 19. All three. There are no purports to this. 17. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. Text 18. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible, and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Text 19. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Let's read the purport. There is no limit to the extent of the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here and in many other places there is repetition, but according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness. It is said that at a time of bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw. Yeah. So they are trying to explain that they have been so mesmerized and bewildered that statements are getting repeated again and again by Arjun. Text 20. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Let's read the purport. Dyava Prithvyo, the space between heaven and earth, and Loktrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjun see the universal form of Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjun's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. all whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. Yes. Let's move to text 21. So did Sanjay also see, correct? All the host of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Host of great sages and perfected beings crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. Let's read the purport. The demigods in all the planetary systems feared the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence and so prayed for protection. Yes. This is running fast because there are less purports. Let's read one more, maybe 22, 23, and 24 and 25. Okay. Let's read all these text, four texts only. Text 22. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiv, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishve Devas, the two Ashvis, Ashwais, sorry, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, and the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. Text 23. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form. with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. 24. O all pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear, can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Text 25. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions, I am bewildered. Let's end here with Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Let's do some Radha jap. Radha, Shri Radha, Radha, Shri Radha, Radha, Shri Radha. Stop there.